Hello, everyone. You're in the office with Joseph Skoda. Ooh, where's that office? Where's the office? Is it outer space? Well, kind of is. These are the northern lights behind me. The northern lights you mostly can see in parts of Alaska and up there in Iceland and way up there in the north, of course. In the north. I've never experienced it firsthand yet, but it reminds me a little bit about the topic I want to cover today. Now, I retired from the Air Force over 14 years ago and was glad to do it because when I retired from the military, I can now choose where I want to work, right? Something makes me happy. I can choose where I want to live, a bigger place. I could choose where I want to vacation, right? Wrong. Even though I had a master's of business, an MBA at the time when I retired, and an aeronautical engineering degree or aviation degree, whatever, and licensed in so many different areas, I could not find suitable employment. I couldn't find what I was looking for. I didn't find that happiness that I expected to. Now, after I left the military, I get involved in veterans organizations, which brought me a little bit of happiness. For instance, the American Legion, a big part of the executive committee there, and also the Disabled American Veterans, a commander. I started my own nonprofit called GI Connections, and very proud of all those different things. Trying to bring a little bit of happiness. But have you ever been in an organization where things didn't quite go right? Like I became commander of these different organizations for my local post and chapter and make recommendations, say, rah, rah, we're going to go here. And it didn't pan out the way we wanted it to. Yeah, maybe some of you can relate. Now, a lot of you also know I'm a Toastmaster. Here's my District 33 Toastmasters badge. Maybe it's kind of hard to read, but I'm very proud of that. And being a Toastmaster helps me develop those communication and leadership skills. And probably more importantly, self confidence. Now, being a veteran, I was able to mentor people going into the military and helping them make that transition from the military life to civilian life. And being a Toastmasters helped me coach and mentor others to develop those skills that we just talked about. Sure, we know a lot of people can talk and talk and talk, and sometimes it goes in one of our ear and out the other because they don't take time to breathe, relax, and let other people talk. Now, even though I coach and mentor people in speaking and leadership, sometimes that doesn't go so well. Sometimes I might tell someone, well, you're talking a little too much. Why don't you slow down and pause? And sometimes they can get a little nervous or don't want to talk at all anymore. Boy, talk about messing things up in a communication organization. Yeah, I've been there. I've done that. And a lot of you know I'm a counselor and psychologist, and I do a lot of listening to others. Even though I'm not a medical doctor, I try to use this every now and then to get my point across. But it's the same kind of thing with someone, a psychologist, we're designed just designed. We're taught to just sit back, listen, and just give input as necessary as needed at the right time. And we're just listening to your story and trying to figure things out. And through our education, our thought process, what we've been learning, and talking to other people, we often have a different way to look at things and bring a perspective to someone. But have you ever helped someone, I don't know, maybe you're having marital problems or trying to deal with their kid or even their boss at work, and maybe you say something and either they get it wrong and things really backfire, or maybe you said the wrong thing to begin with. Yeah, those can cause a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of stress, a little bit of uneasiness in our own lives. And that's why it's so important that you and I find that happy place. Happy place. Remember Adam Sandler and Happy Gilmore? What was his happy place? Couple midgets, grandma in the 90s smoking a cigar, unicorns. I don't know what else was there, but it was a lot of things. And he found his happy place. And what I've learned over the years, probably the more imagination you put into it, the more unrealistic it seems, kind of the happier it is because it's not reality. It's hard to find true happiness anywhere, even if you're at the beach or in the mountains or with your loved one. Well, you should always find happiness with your loved one, of course, but it doesn't always have to be real. You can have those fantasies. And they're talking about 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes a day where you can just find a calmness, a place where you can sit down and fantasize in a way, or dream or go back to a place with unicorns that made you happy. Now, here's a little secret. Our happy place does not always have to be the same place. We can change it up. Maybe it is on the golf course for you. I could sit there and watch people play golf, but for me, playing it myself doesn't really bring happiness. I mean, it's exciting to see what other people do and with their lives and how exciting we all can be. The point is, you and I, most days, have a little bit of stress and anxiety. Even though I retired from the Air Force, I have my own nonprofit. I'm involved with Social Media Souls Network. I'm involved with veterans organizations. I'm involved with coaching, mentoring, Toastmasters. The list goes on and on. And most days, that brings a little bit of happiness to me. But every now and then, like I said, maybe I give the wrong advice or it's taken wrong or I'm just out in left field and I might make the wrong decisions and things not quite go as smoothly as I was hoping it would have myself. But that's okay because when you find that place to relax, you find that someone you can relax with, you find that someone you can put your feet up in the air, take those deep breaths, maybe find some northern lights up there or the stars, and just check out for a short period of time and get that relaxation back into your life. That feels good because then you can put those worries, those stressors, those bad moments you may have had throughout the day behind you. Quite frankly, you and I cannot change what we did, a few minutes ago, let alone hours or days or weeks or months ago. We can't change it. So, and for us to live better, feel better, even ask forgiveness, we kind of have to be a little calm. We have to forgive ourselves. We have to ask forgiveness. We have to forgive others. And we can all do that better when we're in a place of rest, not unrest, but a place of rest, a place of calmness, a place of less stress, less anxiety, and preferably with loved ones, even if they're in your imagination. So find a place. I'm telling you, I mean, continuously, if you're a military or Elks member or Kiwanis or Girl Scout leader, hey, continuously do that because serving others should be a way that we can feel good about ourselves. Serving others is a good way to even vent in some cases and let us relax. Serving others, you don't have to wear one of these to serve others, should make us feel good because we're actually being a blessing to other people. And when you and I can be a blessing to other people, doesn't that make you feel good? Even a little bit good? Now, like I said, if you join the military, and if I had the powers to be every United States child that graduates high school should do a minimum of 3 years in the military. I don't care, take your choice. As a lot of people are saying 2, bring back the draft and all that. No, 3 years. It takes you 2 years just to learn your job. 3 years. And then you can get a free education up to a certain amount. And I think if the longer you stay in the military, the more benefits that you should be able to get. And more importantly than all those benefits is understanding the freedoms that we do have in America. Hey, we're not perfect, but people are begging to come to our country. Unfortunately, some are begging to come to our country to change it. That makes no sense at all to me. People want to come here to relax, feel that they can make a decent living, they can have a better life, and kind of develop their own path to what they want to accomplish. Now, as long as everyone's doing it legally, as long as you're not hurting someone along the process, say good on you. Be the best that you can be. But when you come here to infringe upon my rights and my happy place, I have to stand up and say, I don't think so. Anyways, you and I need to find something that helps us relax. Scuba diving was really good for me, and I have probably 130 or 140 dives all around the world. Now it's nice when I'm on top of the water, not so much. You got the current, you got the waves, I'm rocking. Sometimes the waves are really high and it's hard. But when I go down 10, 20, 30, 50, 60 feet, oh my goodness, that's just calming. You can see the coral up at 20, 30 feet, but you go down a little bit deeper, then you can start seeing the bigger fish, maybe a sea turtle or tortoise, or even a shark or big fish, jellyfish. Well, you can just sit there and watch them and they kind of watch you, and it kind of brings a calmness. To me, it did. It brought a little relax. It was my happy place. Now, as I got older, I live on the central coast of California. It's a little bit cold in the water here. It roughly stays in the 70s year round where I live. Sure, there's days near 100, there's days in the 40s, but 70, 75 is the average. So the water never gets too warm, even on those hot days. So, like I said, as I got older, even wearing a wetsuit, I tend to get a little bit colder in the water here, and I don't get to scuba dive as often as I used to. That's why I like to visit Florida or the Philippines or even San Diego, where the water is a little bit warmer, and you get to just enjoy it a little bit more. And when you can see clear water and see everything down there, it's wonderful. And that's another problem with the Central Coast. The water's a little murky, a little dark. It's a little cold. It's not as much fun as it could be. You can still go hunting for lobster, which is a good place to be. But whether you're serving as a Toastmaster, as a veteran, as a professional in some aspect, that can drain you. That drains us sometimes. We're given the best service we can, the best help, the best recommendations, the best advice. But sometimes it's not taken right, or we may do or say the wrong thing and taken out of perspective, or we just may be having a bad day. We all have bad days. And again, that's okay. Have the bad day. Whatever will be, will be. But be the best that you can be. Go out there, find that happy place, because when you're calm, and even if it's 15 minutes, and you can go back and readdress your children, your spouse, your coworker, after getting rid of some of that stress and anxiety in your life. They'll appreciate you for it, for one thing, and hopefully they can reciprocate and find their happy place and be more positive toward you. Isn't that what we all want? Positivity around us, happy, not really la la land, but confidence, but relaxed. We can be confident, relaxed, despite your profession, whether you chose it or someone else chose it for you. We need to have to deal with other people around us and ourselves. Go out there, find a happy place. Look up Happy Gilmore again and see what Adam Sandler says about our happy place. But when we're happier, then we have a little bit more gratitude in our lives. And gratitude increases overall life happiness, reducing anxiety and stress. Try it. I guarantee it will work for you. While you're in the office with Joseph Skoda, I appreciate you. Have yourself an awesome day, and please subscribe to our channel. Bye now.
New York. So his job is very hectic, and he realized that it is necessary for him to go and finally take a vacation. But he went on a vacation without planning out the details, and wasn't able to truly enjoy where he went because he had to think about so many things that he didn't plan for. Instead of enjoying his time away from work, he came back with more stress that he was not able to take full advantage of his vacation. But this year, a coworker suggested him to try World Ventures this time to make his vacationing more enjoyable and less stressful. They do not require you to plan anything outside of your transportation, which is also available at discounted rates. Your stay, your transport, and many meals are planned by the club. John liked the idea very much. He tries World Ventures, and his experience with the club was amazing, as he made many friends there with whom he had a great time. John recommends that everyone should try this club, as they are the best in business. See how the VIP-vacation-club.com can give you the right experience without all the hassle. Enjoy the VIP experience that only World Ventures provide.
We are now reaching our 2nd year anniversary on our inspirational, educational, and entertainment programmings. As part of our journey, we are so grateful to announce that our programs are now available to watch live in real time on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Periscope. A big appreciation to all our followers, viewers, supporters, and to those who are cheering for our success. Thank you very much for your patronage. For 2 years we have produced over 25 shows. And joined by passionate collaborators, individuals, and organizations. Social Media Shows Network's 2-year anniversary, and 100 episode celebration, and $100 giveaway. No purchase necessary. Go to socialmediashows.com for more details.
Live streaming on social media is the best new way to interact and bond with your community. Do you love to encourage, motivate, and empower others, but you do not know how? Well, your opportunity starts with us on Social Media Shows. We have 20 shows a week live streamed across the globe, with a reach of over 80,000 and growing. So you can host your own show, and you can be anything you want to be. So let's bring the community together, and let's bring the world to you. Join us now.
Hello, everyone. You're in the office with Joseph Skoda. G.I. Joe Skoda. Hey, you like my office today? Remember the offices where you had cubicles or lots of tables and chairs around, maybe boardrooms with these big long tables inside, and you always had maybe a boss or supervisor overlooking everyone working in those offices, trying to get a feel for what's going on. Well, maybe you don't know that. Maybe you're too young and you don't realize some people worked in offices where they were constantly being looked at, making sure their job is getting done properly. And that's okay, totally okay. The point is, these kinds of offices don't always exist anymore like they used to. Now, what about those times when maybe you went to the car hop? They come to you on roller skates and give you shakes and all that right on the door frame of your car or in the window. Or what about roller skating rings in general, where people go around and just have fun, dance and disco? It's the disco craze and different things like that. A lot of us reminisce about the way things used to be, what we call it, the good old days. I used to watch Bonanza a lot. Ponderosa actually was filled up in the Lake Tahoe area. And that's the Lake Tahoe is beautiful. But the point is, even though that's way before my time, the Cowboys, the Indians, and obviously they had to worry about guns and getting robbed and criminals stealing their herd from time to time. Well, it was kind of a more simpler time. They didn't have to worry about offices. They didn't have to worry about internet or TV or finding something to do. There was always something to do. It was a simpler time. And we have to think about that, our simpler times. You remember people pumping the gas when you go to the gas station, checking your oil, cleaning your windows? Now, I do live in an area where there is one place that still pumps your gas, and there's a car wash straight ahead, and they'll gladly take your money and let you go through the car wash. And that's good. It's nice every now and then. Actually, there's two places that pump your gas in my town. They don't take my oil. They don't wash the windows, but it's still nice that they do those kinds of things. And I always remember the drive-ins. Don't get me wrong, there's still drive-ins all across America and probably different places in the world I don't know about. I'm sure there are. But they've closed down over time. They're not everywhere or prevalent. In fact, I live in an area where there's two drive-in theaters, but there used to be four. Other two closed down over the years, 20, 30 years ago, whatever it was. And those are simpler times. And it's good to reminisce and have that history of your job or your childhood, that everybody was good. I mean, everybody got along. I grew up where everyone played football in my backyard, all the kids, probably 300, 350 days a year. I'm from Ohio. Even in the winter, the rain, the storms, we're still playing catch or football in the backyard my whole high school year, in addition to what we did on the practice field at school. And we did those kinds of things, and that was fun. And I grew up in a time where if my friends say, hey, let's go to the mall, for instance, and my mom would say, not till the grass is cut, guess what? Within 5 or 10 minutes, we'd have 3 or 4 of my friends with their lawnmowers over at the house, and we'd be all cutting the grass. We'd be done in no time flat, and we get to the mall and back in time. Those were good times when people came together and support each other. I don't know how many times my friends would come over and help paint the garage or the house, and my mom would feed us all with pizza and soda. That's probably why a lot of us put on a few pounds over years, but it was great. We felt rewarded, appreciated. It was fun. We made everything fun. Even chores can be fun. In today's world, it seems like there's less fun. We're not doing as much manual labor as we used to, and we often rather pay someone to change the oil in our car, even cut our grass if we can, because we think we're smarter than that. We can work in offices bigger than this or virtually and think we always have it going on. Don't matter. We can get it done. We don't need anyone's help. And then a lot of our relationships fall apart because we're not having anyone's help or offering to help someone or serving, even giving soup at the soup kitchen or whatever that is. I grew up in the Cub Scouts, the Boy Scouts, wrestling team. We all played football and baseball. And that was good in my time. Joined the military was a lot of pride. Traveled the world, sailed the seven seas. Well, I wasn't Navy, but you get the picture. I had a good time. But life's changed a little bit now. Now, even being in the military, in some places, they what do you say? They forbid military men and women not to wear their uniforms off the base or installation. They don't want to stand out. Getting on the airplane, we don't want you to stand out just in case. Just in case what? Just in case our men and women of the military, someone's going to find out that you're one of them, supporting and giving protection to the United States of America, so we're going to point you out? Even in America? Wow. That's not a time I'm happy to live in. That's not a time where you see a cop down the street and they're afraid to drive down the street because someone's going to point out, there's a cop. Okay, they're providing and serving and protecting also. Yes, there are crooked military, crooked politicians, crooked cops, crooked doctors, crooked lawyers, and the list goes on and on. But deep down inside, we want to be good. And somewhere along the line, we often feel we deserve more than, or entitled to more than we're getting. And therefore, the cheating, the fraud, the less than telling the truth all the time sometimes comes out. Greed. Greed gets us all in trouble. Why can't we just help each other again and live a simpler life? Why can't I just go to the park with the grandkids and let them run around and play without worrying someone's going to come around, a pedophile or anyone, and possibly take them or cause havoc or I don't know, lie, cheat, steal, hurt someone, a loved one of my own. How can we change that in our society? Yeah, absolutely. We need to communicate better. We need to learn from each other. We need to share our experiences. But despite, even if you didn't have a good childhood or someone did you wrong or you were not given the same opportunities that maybe I was, none of us have any right to hurt someone else. None of us have any right to take someone else's rights away or privileges or freedom. We don't have that right to vandalize someone's car or break a window in someone's business or call someone out just because. Yeah, life's not fair. It was a simpler time. And obviously way back, even in my grandparents' time, I remember they lived in kind of a 3-story house. They had 2 bedrooms upstairs, living room, kitchen, family room was kind of all in the middle. And they had to go to the basement to go to the bathroom. There's a big basement, one of those bathtubs you had to, step in, cast iron, whatever it is, and everybody falling their butts on the concrete floor, getting out of it, and go to the bathroom. And it's funny, they had the bedroom upstairs. Obviously, Grandma and Grandpa had a bedroom. And then my mom and her 4 siblings all had to share the other room. Until they, became teenagers. I think the boys were staying in the living room, whatever that is. It was a simpler time. They still had a good upbringing, still a lot of love and family around, still felt important. And they learned and they grew and they did what they had to do, obviously get married and do some other stuff to make their lives a little bit better. And I think that's the way it's always been. We want our kids to have a better life than we did, to have more freedoms, more opportunities, more fun maybe. Now, like I said, I had a lot of fun at the roller skating ring. I learned how to ice skate later and going skiing and things in the lake and just fun. Now it seems to be so materialistic. I have to have those shoes, those pants, that jacket. I have to live here, drive that kind of car. Have to. I encourage you to slow down. What's really important out there? Is it the best shoes on the market? The latest and greatest phone? The biggest TV that we can buy? Come on now. You can't take that big TV with you. Maybe you can take your shoes with you, sure. If you're driving a nice car, you could probably drive it to somewhere nice. But those are material things that will break down eventually. And you and I will break down eventually too, but don't we want to have experiences with friends and loved ones? Little vacations. I don't care if it's a staycation. You go to the local lake and swimming or barbecuing, and I don't care about a bologna sandwich on a blanket, but you're sharing it with your loved ones, your kids, your potential spouse. Come on, that's what's important. Going to the movie theaters and we can do that again. That's what's important. Even if you're staying home watching the movie together, that's what's important. Sit around the dining room table. That's what's important. Too often today, and maybe not in your household, but I know for a fact a lot of people in front of the TV, they have their tray tables out eating. Some eat in their room, some eat at the table, some eat outside. A lot of people getting fast food on the go. You know how important that is to sit around a dining room table, kitchen table? I don't care if you got only 2 or 3 chairs. But do you realize how important that is? Because that brings you together, you communicate, you find out what's going on in your family, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It can adapt as necessary, provide encouragement when able, showing there is a different way, praying about it. Start taking prayer out of school and now out of our Pledge of Allegiance under God. Are you kidding me? We're founded on a nation under God. Don't take that away. Don't take that away. If you feel a little guilty saying under God, then get with God. Don't talk to me. I can say, here's God. Read the Bible and pray about it. Read the Bible and pray about it. Because when we get good with ourselves and we get good with our Creator, then we can be better for our community, our families, our friends than ever before. Don't let someone push you and say you have to act this way, have to look a certain way, have to own something. If you got the resources, own something, but also give some of it away to help others. And do it legitly, eligible. You know what I'm saying. Do it the right way and make sure whatever you're doing is legal. Yes, it's great to reminisce and think about the past and how simpler life was. But even today, it can still be a simple, happy life. And you and I have more opportunity than our parents, grandparents, great parents ever did. Back then, when everyone was an entrepreneur. And now we're working in offices like this, or factory lines, or fast food somewhere. And we need people doing those things, don't get me wrong. But don't lose your own entrepreneur spirit. Don't lose who you are. Don't lose what God put you on this earth for. And He put you and I on this earth for to help other people, to become blessings for others. And if you look around you, there are blessings for you and I too. They may be people, they may be material, they may be money, they may just be an opportunity. Use those opportunities. Don't shy away. If everyone, hey, I got a sales job for you. I got a sales job for you. I need you to sell a car, get network marketing, or hey, can you help me with this vacation? Those are opportunities, whether you think it or not. Oh, I don't like sales. That's not who I am. I don't want to bug people. You and I are salespeople. We sell on ourselves all the time for a job, to a potential partner, to wherever we're at, committees we're on, we're selling ourselves. Once you get through that mindset, it's just sharing what you know. It's just sharing, it's just giving a recommendation for what you're privy to, or what you've learned, or what you've discovered, or your own experiences. We need to stop getting out of this, we need to start getting out of this mind that we're entitled to everything. You and I need to work, do something to provide food on the table for our families, provide shelter overhead for our families, for our own way of life and freedoms. Understand some of us have disabilities and are limited in some areas. A lot of us can lick envelopes or get on the computer and do things or proofread stuff or send emails out or pick up trash or whatever. You and I should work really hard to earn a living that we can be proud of. Sure, as we get more experience, maybe education, other opportunities arise, go for it. But don't bring someone else down with you, or don't bring someone down to get ahead, is kind of what I'm saying. We do a lot of great things on this show, and I interview people and talk to people, a lot of veterans or others who kind of things didn't go their way and some opportunity happened and they went out there and beyond their own wildest dreams, made it happen. Now I hear every now and then there's ice cream trucks going through the neighborhood, something I don't hear very often. When's the last time you went out there and got a little ice cream cone or ice cream sandwich from an ice cream truck? That can bring back good memories. I encourage you to find those times with your partner or your family and go sit at the park. Sure, the younger ones don't want to sit in the park, they're bored. Get a little fishing pole, go to the lake. Get the Frisbee out, Frisbee's cheap. And now you got Frisbee golf. Have you ever tried Frisbee golf? That's challenging. Go out there, be all that you can be, and realize it's great to reminisce, but we cannot live in the past. We have to live right here, now, today. Bring up love and support for our families, our children, so we can all have a better future. Come on, don't let someone push you somewhere you don't need to be. Do everything right to the best of your ability. Pray about it. Make sure you're legal when you do stuff. Come on, we have enough bad eggs out there already. You and I don't need to add to that dozen, do we? There's more good people out there than there's not. Anyways, you're in the office with Joseph Skoda. Reminisce, remember the past, but realize we got to worry about our future. Take care of yourself. Bye now. Our channel on any social media platform, Instagram, of course, Facebook. Like, subscribe, share. We appreciate it. Let us know your thoughts and join our team. Anyways, we appreciate you staying tuned week after week, day after day, because we continuously build up our network to bring to you what you're asking for. Have a great day.